Well, good morning, everybody. Allentown here. So happy to be with you. We've got with us today, we've got Liza Chinchosi, who is our Director of Special Markets at Columbian Life. We've got Todd Swinson on the phone with us on this webinar as well. He's our VP of Special Markets. And we've got Rick Relf with us, who is our Senior VP and Chief Marketing Officer. So, I want to thank everybody on the call today for having an open mind, wanting to learn about a different approach. A different way of thinking, and quite frankly, in a totally different sales methodology here. And I want to thank Columbian Life as well for their forward thinking and their call to action in helping us to create quickly a telephonic sales system that's really gaining ground right now. And I got to tell you, I've spent a fair amount of time over the last week or two just studying the telesales, final expense telesales information that's out there. And as a hint, and some of you already know this, but there is a lot of information that's popping up on YouTube. So if you just go into YouTube and you type in final expense telesales, there's so much information out there. So check it out, take some initiative and dive in. And just dive into some self-study, and you'll gain some confidence, and you'll gain and you'll learn, and you'll get tips from some of the folks that are out there doing it right now with great success. And one of the exciting parts about this, and Todd and I were talking about this a little bit earlier, is of course you're obviously there's no fuel cost, in making phone calls. Obviously there's no hotel costs, there's no wear and tear in your car. You've got very limited food costs on the road. So this, while we're in very unprecedented times, it's going to give us an opportunity to still be able to make calls if we're not in a position to get out. And what I'm going to recommend that you do is you start with your warm market and you embark on a campaign that we all refer to as tele upgrades. And let's face it, the best prospect that you've got is the one that you've already got on the books. And you and Columbian Life have already gained their trust. So those are probably going to be some great folks to start out with, just contacting them and checking in with them and finding, just ask them, how are you doing? Is there anything that we can do for you? And then just do your thing. And one of the things I want you to remember too is that Columbian Life does have true Social Security billing, which of course is ensuring better persistency. So that's going to really help as we move forward as well, because obviously persistency is going to be critical. So I suspect that you're going to probably have a lot of questions as we go through this. So with questions that we've got a couple options. On the board here, we've got a spot for you to go ahead and type in any questions that you've got on the chat on the screen there to the right. And, Liza, I don't know if you can point that out with the cursor or not, but there's a spot there where you can type in any questions that you have. And you can also contact, Liza's given me permission to go ahead and give you her cell phone number. So if you want to text her any questions that you have as we move through this webinar, I would encourage you to do that. And her cell phone number is 607-759-0990. So just text her any questions that you may have. And with that, Todd, I'll send it back to you and we'll get started.
Okay, great. Hey, thanks, Alan, for taking on the introduction and helping us coordinate this one of many webinars as we go forward with this telesales process, and obviously an alternative way of actually gaining sales. And Alan, as you're well aware of, we've been working on this for a number of weeks, and candidly, what we try to do with these types of things, like when we develop product or processes, we want to get feedback from our sales partners across the nation. So certainly the field has a big seat with respect to putting these types of programs together. And we've already gained quite a bit of feedback from people that are familiar with our telesales process and have helped us vet it, that this is really a quick and easy process. And we went the route, and there's been a lot of enthusiasm about going the route of a voice signature process, which we'll take you through here momentarily. But, with respect to the flexibility of the program in terms of sales options, you can do both electronic application, or paper application if that's what you choose. And of course, this particular telesales process is also available with both our final expense as well as our simplified issue term product line. So we've got a number of different training resources that we've put together. The telesales procedure guide that really kind of walks you through step by step what needs to take place. It's a nice workflow. A Brain Shark video that also from a little bit higher up walks you through, gives you a little bit of a tutorial. And I think, Liza, if I'm not mistaken, we're recording this webinar for training going forward as well. Am I correct in saying that?
That is correct.
Okay, great. So along with the information with respect to anybody, if you have questions today or going forward with respect to Liza's contact information, I also want to point out that we do have support teams, and you're going to see this in the presentation that we have for you today, that we stand ready to assist with respect to sales support. If you have any questions on how to go through this particular process of telesales, we have teams of people there that are standing ready to assist you. And of course, as always, we have our underwriting support team that are there for you as well. So we're, in bottom line here, we're really excited about this. This obviously is an alternative option that we're making available to our distribution. We think we've got a program here that will assist you. It's certainly a program that in part was really built, and we got great advice from many of our field sales teams that, as I mentioned before, throughout the nation. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Liza. As Alan indicated, Liza is our director of our special markets team, and one of her key roles, and she clearly is the leader in terms of our training capacities for our distribution. So Liza, I'm going to ask you to walk us through our telesales process.
Thanks, Todd. Thanks, Alan. Good morning, everybody. I'm so excited to be part of the call today. Thank you all for taking the time to be with us this morning. As Alan mentioned, please send any of your questions through the chat, but if you do have questions that you want to text over to me, please feel free to do so. My cell phone number, again, is 607-759-0990. So having said that, we'll get started. And as Todd mentioned, the telephone application process is available with both our paper applications as well as our electronic applications. And once you go through the process, if you are submitting a paper application, you can do so through our upload on Partners, via fax or mail if you choose to do so. So you have 3 different options to send it if it's a paper application, and with our e-app, you know, it goes straight into our system and it gets keyed automatically. So let's start with the e-app, and what you'll see now that we have this electronic process. When you complete the e-app, please make sure you go through all the screens and answer all the questions accordingly. Once you get to the final screen, which is what you're seeing right here, you'll see that we've added a new feature that says, is this application completed by phone? You're going to check yes, and the telesales option, if you're following along the screen, you'll see it on your right-hand side, will pop up. You'll see that on the screen, we've noted that the point of sale decision underwriting is not available with any telesales. Reason being that at the time, we do not have the client's authorization to run all the proper checks. So we need that voice recording in order to do so, hence why the point of sale decision engine is not available through any telesales, whether that be paper application or an e-app. Before you are applying all the signatures when completing the e-app and or paper application, please make sure you read to the client all the disclosures on the application, conditions relating to the application. You're going to read the investigative report, the consumer report, all that information needs to be read to the client. Once you go through all the different disclosures that are applicable to the sale, you will then hit the sign the application. When you are signing the application, you are going to sign or enter telesales for the proposed insured/owner. The other thing I want to remind everybody is the application, the city and state of the application is where the client resides. So if you are in North Carolina, but you're taking an application in South Carolina, the city and state must be South Carolina, so please be mindful of that. Same thing for paper applications. You will go ahead and just write telesales, complete the process, and send it over to us. Once you complete the application and sign all the proper disclosure forms, you will dial our 607 number, our voice recording line. You must have all parties on the line. What does that mean? If the owner is someone else other than the insured, that person also needs to be on the phone. If the payer is someone else other than the insured/owner, that person has to be on the phone. And as a reminder, if you're applying for the child rider in the state of Pennsylvania, if the child is older than 15, we will need that child on the line as well. I'm sorry, that's North Carolina. Pennsylvania is 18 and older, or 18, they have to be on the phone. So all parties must be on the phone at the time that you complete the voice signature. Once you dial the number, you will be prompted to enter your 10-digit cell phone number. We are using your cell phone number and your agent number, as well as the client's names, to tie back the voice signature to the application once we receive it. You'll dial in and read the agent script. The agent script, you can find our agent script on our resource on forums. You can find the script there. Please keep in mind that we do have state-specific scripts for California, Delaware, South Dakota, and Florida. So if you are in those particular states, please make sure you are using the correct voice script. Once you go through the voice script, you will press the star key when finished. Once you press start, you will then receive and hang up. Once you'll start receiving some text messages. The first text message you will receive is a confirmation number for your voice signature for this particular application. In that text message, it's going to ask you to enter the policy number. If completing an e-app, you automatically get a policy number upon completion. If it's a paper app, you're going to type in none. So with e-app, you're going to type back the policy number. With paper application, you're going to type none. Once we receive that text message, you're going to get another text message asking you to put your agent number. Then you'll get 2 follow-up text messages asking you for the applicant's name and the applicant's last name. Guys, we've rolled this out yesterday. It was a very successful day. We had quite a number of applications that came in with the voice signature. But having said that, I also saw a couple of things that I wanted to make sure that I shared with you in this process. When typing the information back on text message, please make sure you double check that you are typing the correct number for your agent number. Also, autocorrect is a beautiful thing, and we saw that the client's name got autocorrected. So please make sure that you double check and don't allow autocorrect to correct the name of the client or any other information there. The other reminder is, now that you can sell in multiple states, please make sure that you have all your licenses updated for the states that you will be conducting business. There's no boundaries at this point. It's a great opportunity for everybody at this point. So please make sure all your licenses updated. And once again, the state in the state in which the signature should be applied is the state that the proposed insured lives in. Please make sure you're mindful of all of those items. Alan, Todd, anything you want to add?
Hey, Liza, just a clarification, and you may have already mentioned this, and I did not hear it. If it's a paper application that the agent is working with, and when they get the actual confirmation number, are they to place that on the application somewhere, and if so, where?
Absolutely, Todd. Great question. Thank you for that. Yes, once you receive that confirmation number via text message, just add it to the application. You could put it on the special remarks section or just above on the first page at the top right, the confirmation number. But please make sure you do include that when sending in the application.
Yeah, hey, Liza, Alan here. One of the things I'd like you to clarify too, the telephonic system is set up for not only final expense, but also our simplified issue term product, correct?
That is correct, Al. It's available for both products, same process for both products, nothing changes, same number, same everything.
Perfect. What kind of questions do we have coming in?
I don't see any questions at this point, Alan.
Okay, I don't either. I guess we're doing good.
Once you complete the transactions, please be mindful that you have 3 days to mail any of the disclosure forms to the clients. We do not need those forms back in the office, but you do need to send them. We have prepared telephone application packets, much like we have the e-app packets out there for you, that contains any of the forms that you may need. So if it was, for example, an immediate draft, the conditional receipt is there, replacement paperwork is there. We ask that you please are mindful and send that within 3 days of the sale to your client. Also, remember that the voice signature, the date must be the same date that the application is taken. Please make sure those match. And also, don't forget to put that that confirmation number on the paper applications.
Hey, Liza, Alan here. Since we go ahead, Todd.
I'm sorry, Al. With respect to the supply of disclosure packets, what are the options for the agents to gain access to that information?
Those can be downloaded through our agent side, or you can place an order to our General Services Department, and we'll be happy to mail those out to you as well.
Thank you.
Terrific. Liza, I've got a question here. Since we don't have access to the point of sale decision engine utilizing telephonic sales, what kind of issue time are we expecting, and what is the process when the application arrives in the home office?
The process is the same, Alan, as it is currently. For those who choose not to use our point of sale decision, we turn them around as quickly as possible. Once we receive the application, our new business representatives will match it up with the voice signature and get it processed as quickly as possible.
All right, thank you.
Hey, Liza, I think there's a slide, and maybe you just haven't gotten to it yet. I just want to make certain that we provide the extensions for the sales support as well as the underwriting support, and I believe there we go. It's on the bottom. Toll-free numbers with the extensions. Again, the teams stand ready there to assist with the telesales process.
Absolutely, Todd. And I just want to remind everybody that we do have extended underwriting hours, 8 o'clock to 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. just dial star 5904, and a live underwriter is there to assist you with risk assessments.
Yeah, that's a good point, Liza. And go through that if you would again one more time, just a little bit slower. So when person is calling in after normal business hours and they hear the recording, what do they need to do?
They will dial star 5904, and that'll take them straight to one of our underwriters who are there ready to assist you. And again, those hours are 8 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Monday through
Friday. That Monday? Yes. Yeah, Monday through Friday. Correct, guys?
That is correct.
Correct.
Another item that I want to mention with our voice signature number, that is available 24/7. There's no limit on how many people can call in at the same time, so don't worry if all of you call in right now, all of you will get in and the process will work accordingly. And that is available 24/7.
Hey, Liza, some of our competitors do require that the insured have an email address and that we activate that email address. I mean, there is some back and forth with the consumer's email. I don't hear any of that going on here. Isn't that the case?
That is correct, Alan. We tried to make the process as easy as possible, so we went the route of just having the client on the phone. You are in control, the agent's in control of the questions, asking the questions, and the process itself takes 6 minutes or less. So there's no need for email or trying to walk, the senior citizen through how to open a link to type in a signature. None of that. This is strictly through the voice signature. That's all we need.
Yeah, this is probably the easiest system I've seen so far. This is really well put together.
Absolutely. Now I have a number of, sorry, I've been a little quiet. I have a number of text messages coming up. So I have one of the questions. Tim, thank you for your question. The question is, what if you mess up reading one of the questions on the script? No worries, hang up, call back again, and get it corrected. Or you can correct yourself in that same phone call, just reread it again. As long as we have the accurate information, if it takes you to read the question twice, that is fine, no problem. The most important thing, guys, is to make sure that you read that disclosure paragraph as accurately as possible. I know it's a little bit long, but please understand that that is what gives us the ability to actually go through the underwriting process. That is our authorization. That is the filed language on the application and the approved language by Milliman, so we can go ahead and do this process with the voice signature.
That's a good question.
Okay, hang on. My phone is going nuts here, so bear with me. All right, I have a question. It says, can we pre-record the disclosure statement and play it to the client? Unfortunately, no, it cannot be pre-recorded. This has to be live with the client. Next question, can the disclosure packet be emailed to the client or must it be mailed? Great question, Kevin. Thank you for that. You can, if the client has email, you can absolutely email it to the client and or mail it. So thank you for that, Kevin. Next question, can you email a summary of what you guys are saying? Sometimes it's easier to read and retain than to listen. Absolutely. We will send you the information after the call. I'll take care of that. Shannon, let's see. Happy Friday to you, my friend. What do we do with a confirmation number with a paper application? Again, that confirmation number, please write it on the special remarks section or on the very top of the front page of the application. Okay. The next question is, what is the number to call to get paper apps? What is the number for voice signature? You can call and order supplies through our sales support number. That number is 800-423-9765, and the extension is *7582. You can download it through our agent site, or again, you can complete it through the e-app. The number to call to do the voice signature for paper applications is the exact same number you will use for e-apps. That number is 607-678-2424. Next question says, if a client currently lives and resides in one state but is visiting another state, confirming you use the resident state of the client, not where the client is physically conducting the voice signature. That is an excellent question. The city and state is where the client is at that time. Okay. Next question, where can the agent script be found? You can find it on our website. You can log in through your regular login, or if you go to, I'm going to move this over, CFG Life. Todd, can you see the CFG Life website?
Yes.
Okay, you're going to go to resources, a la carte forms, and go to final expense or Safe Shield, whatever the product is that you're trying to sell. Pick your state, and you will find it here. So I'm just going to type on the title, and you'll see final expense telesales disclosure packet and telesales producer guide. Next question says, is the lead time still 30 days? For example, we write a policy on the 10th, but they want premiums to be deducted on the 3rd of the following month. Yes, that is still accurate, and actually we can go up to 35 days. So we can future date 35 days. The process has not changed. Next question, can you order disclosure packets for the CFG Telesales? Yes, absolutely. You can order those. Just again, call our sales support line, and they can get those ordered for you. Let's see. Will the voice signature be available for policy read dates? Rick, I can't see why it wouldn't. Would you agree?
I would say, yeah, I would agree.
So the answer is yes, you can do policy read dates with the voice signature. Let's see. Someone asked, is the info that's mailed to the client, do you need record of that? No, we do not require that paperwork back. That's for the client. And again, you can email or mail that to the client. I think I've covered all the questions that I got via text. Oh, I got one more. What is the expected hold time for telesales? There is no hold time. You would never get a busy signal, and you are not going to get a hold time. Okay, let's see if we have any other questions on the chat. Bear with me. There's a question saying if they're not contracted, how do they get contracted? Please, that you address with your upline. Can we also email sales support to request a telesales packet? Yes, absolutely. You can email sales support to get that information. Let's see here.
Hey, Liza, this is Alan. Let me jump in on that question.
Go ahead, Alan.
With reference to Yeah, I'm sorry. While you read that, but it really grabbed my attention with reference to how do we handle somebody that's a new recruit. The recruiting contracting processes are identical. Nothing changes. But I guess the question would be, can somebody that is not yet technically appointed write their first piece of business. I believe they can because anybody can call in on that number. Is that a correct assessment?
Alan, for phase one right now, this is only available for agents who are appointed. We do need that agent number to be able to track back the voice signature and the application. So for right now, it's only appointed agents that are able to use the voice signature process. My recommendation would be to perhaps if you have a new recruit, obviously you're already appointed, maybe you want to split the sale to get that going and use the appointed agent to do the telesales voice recording.
Okay, and in doing that, the active agent would put obviously their agent number on there, and where you would split the business, you would go ahead and you print the agent's name, and then you would put down pending for agent number. That way, it'll get their contract and their appointment processed, and they will get paid on it. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay, great. That's a great way around it. Okay, that was a good question.
Got a couple more questions. Same question. The number to order supplies again is 800-423-9765, and the extension is *7582. And again, 7582 is that extension. Another question says, what is the latest time we can call in for the voice signature? Voice signature is available 24/7, 7 days a week, 24/7. There's no time limitation.
Never closes. Always
Never
open.
closes. The other question I have is, so are we clear to do this in Florida? Yes, it is approved in Florida. Just please be mindful that Florida has a different telesignature package. That is one of the states that has their own specific one. Please make sure you download or order the proper one, that you're using the proper telesales process for Florida.
Liza, the program, the telesales program is available nationwide. It probably would be easier to just tell the agents on the call here what maybe a couple of states it might not be available in currently, if there are any.
It's available in all states, Alan. The only caveat, again, is California, Delaware, South Dakota, and Florida have their unique telesales guide. All other states use, yes, all other states use the same generic one.
Wonderful.
Next question I have is, if I am in PA and I don't have a GA license with a new telesales, will I be able to sell the product in Georgia? You must be licensed in all the states in which you would be conducting business. So if the client is in GA, you do need a GA license.
Liza, Allen here, let me jump in on one more thing, because when we tell agents it's in all states, it is not in Mississippi, I'm assuming, because we don't do business in Mississippi. Is that correct?
Correct. All states that we currently do business in.
Perfect. Thank you.
I have someone sent a message saying, I have a suggestion I would like to propose regarding the agent script that needs to be read to the client. Please go ahead and email that directly to me. Of course, we welcome all feedback. Someone just sent in a comment saying, glad this is much easier for our elders. Is this recorded? Yes, it is recorded, and we'll get the recording out. Can I give the 607 number out again? Yes, the voice signature system is 607-678-2424. Someone's asking, do I send in the app once I have done the voice signature? Yes, please send in the application. And again, you can either upload it through our website or fax it over to us, your choice. Okay. Someone's asking the turnaround time on these telesale applications. Turnaround time is the same time you're experiencing now. There will be no delays because it is a telesale. Okay. I have another question. Is there a Spanish version of the voice script? Not at this time. We are working on that.
Good question.
Real good question. I had somebody reach out to me and ask me the question, will this telephonic system remain after COVID-19? So in other words, is this going to be one of our options going forward as a permanent opportunity?
Yeah, that's a real good question, and certainly that's something that we're going to continue to monitor. You know, I think it's in all likelihood this type of a sales process option is going to remain in place for the long term, and that's, you know, the short answer is we will continue to assess and monitor and certainly keep distribution aware of how this whole process will work as an option down the road. Rick, anything else you want to add to that? Yeah, maybe we lost. He may have had another meeting.
You know, one of the things I love.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, there he is.
Go ahead, Rick.
I was going to say, I think telesales are now going to be a part of a fixture of our industry, and I expect we'll have some sort of a telesales process going forward.
You know, one of the things I love about this, especially for agents that have been with us for many years, we've got folks that are on this webinar right now that have been with us for 15 plus years with Columbian Life, people with very sizable books of business that do receive phone calls from folks saying, hey, I'd love some additional coverage. My sister would like coverage, whatever it may be. And we're thinking, gosh, that person's 180 miles south of where I'm going to be this coming week. I sure wish I could just, you know, write this over the phone. Now you can. This really does present some great opportunities as we move forward.
Agreed.
Absolutely. Someone's asking for my number. Again, my cell number is 607-759-0990. Can this be used on the term product as well? Absolutely. The process is exactly the same. It's available for both our Dignified Choice Final Expense and our Safe Shield term product. Getting a question here. Bob, you are correct. Point of sale decision is not available with this process, not for EAP or paper application, but EAP is available for both products. It's just a point of sale that it is not available at this time. Sybil, yes, I will email the presentation over once we're done. And also as a reminder, we do have a Brain Shark video out there. It's 3.5 minute video that is a high level of how the process works. Alan, do you have any other questions coming in?
I don't have any other questions coming in. All I want to do is just make it real clear that we went live yesterday. We had a great start yesterday. We're very encouraged by what things look like, you know, after just essentially 24 hours at this point. So we are open right now and ready for telesales and ready for business. So with that, outstanding job, Liza. Really well done and very informative.
Thanks, Al. John, thank you for the kind message. We appreciate it. We appreciate everybody in the business. Just want to make sure I do one quick run again. make sure we've answered all the questions here. Bear with me. Todd, anything else you want to add as I go through this one last time?
No, I just, we're obviously from a company standpoint, we're very enthusiastic about this. We see this as another opportunity to grow sales activity, especially in the unprecedented times that we're in now. But to Rick's comment and mine, we see this as a long-term option down the road. So it's just simply another sales process option, and appreciate everybody's participation and lots of great questions. Please feel free to reach out to us going forward if you have additional questions or comments for that matter. And as always, thanks for your business. We want to earn more.
Yeah, hey Todd, Alan here. Also, I want to remind folks that, or let people know that we're going to do this again on Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So sometimes it's a little bit, it'll be live. So, the questions will be different. It might be wise for folks that really want to dive into this particular sales methodology to be on that call as well. And Liza, I believe both will be recorded, and this is the kind of thing that you'll probably want to share with obviously new recruits and folks that were not able to be on the call. So Liza, they will both be recorded. Is that correct?
Absolutely, Al.
Okay, and Liza, with respect to getting, I'm sorry, Ellen, I was just going to also mention, with respect to encouraging people to look at the procedure guide as well as the brain shark video, and both are very agent-friendly tools. How do they gain access to that information?
Again, that's available on our website under resources. You select your state and you will see it there. Type in Tele, and it will pop right up both the disclosure packet as well as the telesales agent guide.
Real good. Liza, I think, go ahead, I'm sorry.
I have one last question, Al, that I want to answer. Someone just asked, does the paper application still need to be sent in? Absolutely. Yeah. We need the application to be sent in order to get processed.
Yeah, good question. The link, go ahead, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Well, no, what I wanted to do is, people are probably wondering how, when will there be information on the next webinar, and I wanted to let them know that I think, maybe this afternoon, possibly, Liza, I'll be sending out another invite. Is that correct? With the appropriate information to register?
Absolutely. Early afternoon, we'll be getting that out.
Okay, terrific. So be looking for that team, and for you managers, if you would just send that out to all of your folks. We are not sending this out company-wide. And not that we don't want everybody on there, it's just that we're not. So, we're sending it out to everybody, obviously, that's on this call, and manager types, and obviously our key distribution partners. But we would ask that you would then share this with your teams. Liza, back to you.
Thank you. I think we've answered all the questions. Yep. Oh, there's one last one. Are those disclosure packets state sensitive? Yes, all disclosure packets are state specific, so please make sure that you have the correct one for the state that you're completing business in. Okay. I think that wraps it up. Guys, thank you again for your time today. Great questions. We really appreciate all of this. If you have any further questions after the call, you can always reach out to me, or you can reach out to our sales support team. Again, that extension is *7582.
Yeah, Liza, I did just send you one last question. I'm sorry, I just sent you one last question that just came in. Do you see that on your text?
Can we record the portion of the agent script paragraph? Unfortunately, no. It cannot be recorded. It has to be live.
Great. That answers it. Thank you.
Absolutely. I think that's all for us today. Once again, thank you for your time, the great questions, and your business. Again, if you have anything else that you need after this, feel free to contact me or our sales support team. Todd, Rick, Al?
I think we're good.
That's it. That's it. Thanks so much, everyone. Let's go get them.
All right. Thank
you.
Goodbye.